Hey, good evening, everybody. Thanks for sticking around a little bit late tonight. It's 9:34. Again, 48 weather extra. Just got back from Idaho. Pretty good trip out there. Talked a lot about what's going on in the weather industry and a lot of interesting topics out there. But the one overshadowing thing was talking about how everything's going digital, which is kind of where we are here. So we're kind of at that balance between digital meteorology, YouTube, TikTok, which I'm not on, and I don't know if I'll ever be on TikTok. I'm not on Twitter anymore or X. There's not a big push for X or Twitter. The big push is Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So again, those are the big platforms, and it seems like there's something new weather-wise popping up every day in regards to the digital aspect. There's some, of course, there's always us local meteorologists have to deal with, and even the weather, even the news anchors have to deal with people making clone pages and things like that. But again, let's get the forecast going. We're going to talk about the weather for the next few days. We got a big change coming, finally. Summer's going to behave like summer instead of early spring. And then we've got a hot 4th of July. Nathan saying hello from Coleman. Good evening there, Nathan. But plenty to talk about, so let's show you what's going on radar-wise. We finally got a break, and it was kind of a rain-cooled evening out west in the shoals. And overall, yeah, it just remains a muggy night out there. And we continue to watch the chance of fog overnight tonight, but I think our storm chances have really passed. Satellite radar show that cluster that developed and just continued to dive to the south down in Tuscaloosa. They had some heavier showers and thunderstorms earlier this evening as well. Wendy says hi from Ardmore. And I was noticing some of the feed on social media when I was out in Boise. All that flooding, of course, under the bridge where you normally have flooding. I think I'm not sure if they've installed pumps there. I think they have, but again, that's always a problem. When you get rainfall rates like we've had, and these storms just have to fade away. Montgomery, seeing some very heavy rain right now. Over the next 12 hours, a little fog develops overnight tonight. And we'll see more sun in the morning tomorrow. And then there's that chance of showers and storms kind of coming back in as we get into the afternoon. There's a boundary coming in tomorrow afternoon, and it's along that boundary, yes, the oven is coming back. And here's a look at this evening. No real surprise here. The evening's actually, even last evening, was pretty comfortable out there. Problem is, if you're trying to have like a fire pit, things like that, and most of the wood's wet unless you got it covered. But I haven't had time to even go through that. I've been building that garage, as you all know. It's been a year-long project now, so we're getting there. We got the ceiling finally all painted, 2 coats, and tomorrow I'm going to begin with the walls. But if you're a painter, you know it's tough to paint in all this humidity as well. So again, it's back and forth on that. 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll continue to watch a sunny day. In fact, it may get a little warmer than we think, at least we're forecasting. The thing about it is, once we reach those temperatures in the upper 80s, it's more likely to see these thunderstorms, and the thunderstorms kind of spread out, and they produce these downdrafts, these downbursts, and outside of that, you get this area of wind that spreads out, and that's what triggers new showers and thunderstorms. And they're really impossible to predict this far out. But once they start going, they kind of leapfrog and cluster through, and therefore we get it kind of spread out. Not everyone's getting rain tomorrow, but tomorrow's the last day for a significant chance for showers and thunderstorms across the area. We've had a lot of lightning with these, and I go back a couple of years. You know, some people say the lightning's increasing. The more water vapor you have in the air and the stronger the intense updraft is, you're going to see more lightning. Kind of reminds me, I think it was, what had it been, 2023 maybe, the summer of 2023. June was very similar. I mean, I had lightning at the house that was so incredible, and again, we've had things in our neighborhood get struck by lightning. In fact, the clubhouse where we get the keys to get into the pool and stuff like that, that got struck by lightning. So again, we've had to figure out another way to get to the pool, right? But things you won't think of. We had a girl struck by lightning. I think it was in Franklin County just yesterday evening. And this is Lightning Safety Awareness Week. I think it's either this week or it was last week. I think it was last week. But, you know, we talk about how you can't get struck by lightning. You cannot get struck by lightning if you're on your cell phone if it's not plugged into the house. The thing that I read yesterday was she had her phone plugged in on the charger, and I imagine she was using that or it was nearby. Thing is that lightning bolt's going to go through anything that drives a current, and most of your wiring is either going to be aluminum or copper, and those are conductors. So it can begin on the outside of the house, make it to the power box, and then it spreads to the entire house. And that's how, when lightning strikes your house, it can be very devastating, and you can end up rebuilding most everything. And it's been more photogenic too, because we've had more space between the storms. Just like the big storms down in Birmingham the other night, you could see these storms are up like 50,000 feet. So that would be like having a mountain range, really tall. Most mountains aren't even over 25,000 feet. So double that on these thunderstorms. That's why you can see so far with the storms. Going back to tomorrow's forecast, I think most of the activity is going to be gone by 8 o'clock. The boundary comes in, the winds shift to the northwest, and over the next 3 days, you get 86 degrees tomorrow, but it's going to feel more like 94 or so. And then slightly lower humidity coming Wednesday and Thursday with highs around 90 degrees. Overnight lows for a change getting into the upper 60s, but we're about to get into that pattern where it gets a little drier out there. So again, that's the other challenge with Alabama weather. You can go 2 months with rain all the time and then 2 months with no rain. So I'm hoping that's not the case. We need to reach a happy median, right, with Mother Nature and say, let's get rain about every 3 days and maybe get about 3 or 4 inches of rain a month instead of 5 to 9. Coming up, we're going to talk about your weekend forecast. Big holiday coming up. But, it seems like everybody's been celebrating the 4th of July this past weekend. So I'm sure the fireworks companies are making a lot of money. A little noisy out there. We're going to talk more about that and your 4th of July forecast coming up after the break. All right, we got the 4th of July coming up, and I got lots of great memories of the 4th of July. I mean, that's really one of that and Christmas are probably the most, Christmas, Memorial Day, and the 4th of July are probably the most memorable outside of Thanksgiving. I had lots of good memories growing up, but again, got Sean checking in here. I got some of your questions here coming on. Yeah, Eric and Jeff did a good job while I was gone. But the thing is I remember doing, my mom used to run, I think it was her sorority group or something like that. They ran a fireworks stand. So I remember as a kid going out and always remember the sights and sounds of that. And of course then fireworks all got banned, and then they came back. I remember when I lived in North Platte, Nebraska, I would drive home from work, and the streets were just littered with fireworks. Some of the challenging things, we'd always go to the lake, Table Rock Lake. My grandparents had a lake house there, and went there many years. So we'd go down there for the 4th of July, and we'd go out on the boat and always have a good time. If you ever get the chance to watch fireworks, a big fireworks display from a boat, I encourage you to do that, because it's something else. It's different. You're there close, you're on the water. There's a lot of people. Again, be safe this 4th of July. There's always a lot of boating accidents. Make sure you got your life jacket, a lot of things like that. But overall, just be very careful out there as we go through it. So overall, looking at temperatures out there, lawn mowing, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Mowing forecast looks pretty good. I noticed it looks like the state was out with the big lawnmowers today. I noticed a lot of ruts out there because it's been so muddy. nervous next week, Gulf Shores. You know, I think you're going to be okay. There's this area of low pressure we've been watching down the Gulf, but right now it doesn't appear that it's going to be much of anything yet. May increase some of the rainfall across the area, but you know, you just got to take what Mother Nature gives you this time of year. And up here in North Alabama and southern Middle Tennessee, we're going to get 94 degrees with just a pop-up shower or storm. And then by the evening, I'm pretty confident we're not going to have any rain interrupt any of the fireworks displays out there. So there's good news there. The challenge is, you know, it's on a Friday, and I mentioned before we went to the commercial break, is that there's fireworks going up all the time. In my neighborhood, I was hearing these. I mean, they're not just, you know, when I was growing up, we had fireworks. They were kind of cool, but the fireworks now, they're pretty lethal. So be very careful with some of those. I mean, you've got some professional grade fireworks displays going on out there, and just be careful. Again, a lot of fireworks injuries. We had somebody killed last year with fireworks display. So again, if you're launching those mortars, you're going to need to get way back, and then you're always going to get that dud, and you're trying to light the very last. It's not worth it. Just don't do it. Here's your 10-day forecast. 86 tomorrow, scattered showers and storms. We'll talk more about this hour by hour coming up tonight at 10. 89 Wednesday and Thursday. This is the weather that's nice. You don't have to worry about severe weather. All you have to worry about is getting a sunburn or getting dehydrated. I've been working out in the garage, and I've been sweating like crazy. I'm drink like five glasses of water, and I'm still dehydrated. So I got some pickle juice. So what some people say, pickle juice and mustard as well. So that'll help you out. But again, when I was in the military, they would really want you to pickle juice. Pickle juice just kind of, somehow you get the salt and whatever it does, rehydrate. Actually, it tastes pretty good on a hot day too. But anyway, over the next several days, we're probably looking at heat advisories somewhere down the road. But overall, these temperatures are fairly normal for this time of year, and we'll see isolated thunderstorms. But notice these percentages, only about 20%. All right, I got to hop off, get ready for the 10 o'clock news. I will see you guys later, and as always, I appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you guys again tomorrow evening at 9:30.